Hola, mi gente. Welcome to Soy la Medicina by Miracles Within Us. I am your host, Saku. I am so excited for today's reading. It is a really good one. May you enjoy. See you on the other side. Hola, mi gente. Welcome to your daily reading here at Soy la Medicina by Miracles Within Us. I'm so excited to be here with you on this beautiful Monday. We've already got a card coming out. We have the Queen of Swords. Ooh, we're starting off sharp, huh? Queen of Swords, you got something to say, and you're going to say it, and it's going to come out as it needs to come out and very direct. Let's see what else. Ooh, the Hierophant. Ooh, ooh. Wow, we got a lot of this like very powerful energy today. Wow, I'm loving this for us. Yes, yes, yes. I am so loving this for us. What else would you like to tell us about the energies of today? We have the sun in reverse. All right, there is something you need to say, and not everyone's gonna like it. But it's going to give you it's coming from a place of needing to be strong within the self, of knowing the self. Ooh, a few cards here. So we have the Queen of Pentacles. Wow. We have the Knight of Pentacles, and right under the Knight of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. We have a very powerful day. This is a wonderful way to start the work week, you know. So the energy here, we have the Queen of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Sun in reverse. That's the first line. Let me show this to you. Right? The Sun was in reverse, but I'm showing it to you in the upright so you can see it. Interesting. So the swords, it came out as soon as I was shuffling, and the Queen of Swords is about saying something that is needed to be said. And in order for it to be said, there was some like needing to go inward and really get clarity around your thoughts. So throughout the weekends, last week until this week, you we were experiencing some confusion, needing to step up, needing to make some shifts, but there wasn't that full clarity. And today it is. And you know something, tomorrow is the new moon in Cancer. And so this energy is really feeding into that. That new moon in Cancer is giving us some clarity, even though we do have a Mercury retrograde um, in the same sign, Cancer, right? It is giving us some clarity around some situation, around how we were behaving and how we were seeing things in the past. And now we're able to see them clearly. And then the only major arcana card so far is the Hierophant, the number 5, right? And this is when you're sitting on the throne and you're communicating a truth, and it feels like a truth around some sort of connection, a relationship. It's like you finally got clarity, like the fog is gone. You took off the rose colored glasses, right? You've moving out of your illusions, which is great, because yesterday and Saturday we were in that energy of like you're lying to yourself, you're still seeing things from a place of illusion. And now it's like, boom, out we go. It's now clear. And the thing is, even though the sun is in reverse, I feel like it's because it took you so long to get there, right? It's like, oh man, it really took me a while to really integrate this. And the reason why it took you a while was because it was painful. And it was something that you knew that it was a part of your mission here to kind of go through this experience, right? There's like this need, this recognition around, I'm taking responsibility 100% of my life. And a lot of people say, yeah, I do. But then they always still pointing outward, right? And this is where I'm going to challenge you. And believe me, I challenge myself in this as well. let's say you you're driving, doing fine, and then all of a sudden a drunk driver hits your car, and you're like, how did I, how am I responsible for that? It was that person that's responsible for that sort of energy. And what I'm feeling here is you need to see that somewhere along the line, whether it was this lifetime or in another lifetime or an inherited, what a tongue twister, inherited feeling where it's like there's something that needs to be put to rest, and that there's a need to recognize some truths around, I am responsible for my life, right? And there's many situations where we can be like, how is a baby who's born ill responsible for that? That comes with a lineage connection. There's something that that child is teaching the family, and also what they need to learn internally as well. And I'm not saying it's pretty, and that's why the sun is in reverse, because there's this recognition deep down in your soul that you're seeing, I'm responsible for this. And thoughts that I had around myself, around others, around situations is what has led to this, right? And it might have not been in that moment. It might have been, a few years ago or another lifetime. What we need to see now is, I am responsible for my life now. I am responsible. And as we take that responsibility, even though things are coming towards us, right? There are things that are really horrible. And there's a need of responsibility, because if we just continue to hand it over, well, they need to change their behavior. They need to be a better person. They this, they that. That is all of our any energy going towards the external, right? And the thing is, we have no say in the external. We only have within ourselves. So as we start to reframe how we see that, I am responsible for my own life. I am responsible for what happens to me. I am responsible for where I am right now. Start saying that to yourself. That realization is going to set you free, but it's also one that comes with some story. It comes with a lineage. It comes with a lot. And that's why it's so important for us to do the cleansing, for us to reclaim our energy, for us to release the burdens that have been placed upon us, for us to let go of the vampiric kind of energy, for us to recognize that we are living in a world that is trying to feed off of us. That recognition, right? And we see that. And then we say, how am I responsible? I'm responsible for my life. I'm responsible for not letting that come inward. I'm going to do what I can in this moment to move forward, right? I'm going to do what I can in this moment to see how I can shift this through my own vibrational frequency. And this is not easy because we're not taught how to connect. We're not taught about vibrational frequency. But it has been proven time and time again through quantum science and physics and all these different modalities that just come back together, that everything is connected. Even our thoughts, there's been a lot of studies in neuroscience that even our thoughts, they're like in some ethereal cloud. They're not really living inside our body. Like we have this idea that it's in our brain, but our brain is connected to this energy grid, which is like a cloud, kind of like the internet, right? And so it's like, what broadcast of this internet am I still holding into, and what can I shift in this, right? There's this need to take responsibility for your life, your experiences, and doing such gives you some freedom in a way that you see that I can do something different, right? Let's say you're battling with an illness, at this moment. Okay, I'm taking responsibility for this illness, which then means I'm taking responsibility for me, which means that as I'm doing that, I'm going to do the best that I can mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually to get this balance. I'm going to get out of my way of thinking of things and shift into a more true reality, a real reality that is moving me into the healing, the sanación, the releasing, right? And I'm not saying that you doing all those things is going to take everything away. No, but it is one step at a time. And in order for us to receive our miracles, in order for us to receive our miracles, what is needed is for us to take full responsibility. Not, oh, well, I didn't have the best upbringing. Oh, I live in a horrible neighborhood. I have this, I have that. This happened to me. Yes, all that is true. And you can take responsibility in a way where you're seeing that you can now do something different. Responsibility isn't blame. And I think that's a big thing that we kind of get stuck in between, where we like, well, then that means it's my fault and this and that. That's blame. Blame and responsibility are not the same thing. It is time for you to unravel that, right? And release blame, because blame makes you a victim, right? And as long as you're living in that victim mentality, that victim frequency, you have a hole in your energy, and there are energies that are leaching off of that hole. They're sucking you dry through that place. It's now time to say, I am not a victim. Yes, things have happened to me, but I am not a victim. I am not defined by those things, right? And there are things that are really horrible. I'm not discrediting that. And there's some of us who are going to need more support than others. But wherever you are right now, know that you taking responsibility is not bringing in the blame. And also release the shame, because sometimes oh, I take responsibility, and then it moves into shame. Oh, that I shouldn't have did that, or that was really stupid of me. Whatever it was, take the responsibility and say, thank you for this lesson. It was painful. It brought regret. It brought shame. It made me feel like a victim. I could not see myself clearly. Whatever it is, get clear around it. Get clear around it. And today is the day, because we have that Queen of Swords who came out and said, hey, yes, I'm cutting through the illusion. Then we have that Hierophant that steps in and says, you know something? I'm on my throne. And as I am on my throne, I know I have a responsibility on this throne. I just am not here and no, I'm here and responsible. Enjoying my life, but responsible. Knowing that I am responsible for my own joy. I can't look outside myself for that. I can't expect that from someone else. I must bring that from within me. Right? Everything. I want a loving relationship. You know, I'm there. I want a loving relationship. So I'm loving myself. I'm falling in love with myself every single moment I can. And the moments I fall short, I laugh at it afterwards. I'm like, oh, I just had a negative thought about myself. Brilliant. Okay, how can I shift that? Why did that come up? Okay, there's still unresolved pain inside my heart. Okay, let me start working on that. What do I need to do? Oh, do I need to burn some incense? Do I need to do some screaming? Do I need to go celebrate with a friend? Do I need to go journal? And I fill in the blank. I take the responsibility for where I am. Right? This is what this is talking about. In the next row, we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles in reverse. All Pentacles. Oh, the Sun is also a major arcana. So here we have two major arcanas. I said that we only had one. My bad. We have two major arcanas, and then the bottom row we have here three pentacles. Pentacles, again, and I will say it and say it and say it and say it, is about your action. It's about your physical body. It's about the things that you put into place, right? Before we get into that, let's see what we have at the bottom of the deck. Another major arcana, three major arcanas. Okay, we have the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. I love this for us because underneath it all, we are spinning the wheel of fate. We are spinning the wheel of fate, right? Our fate, our destiny. They're not the same, but I'm using those words so you understand what I'm saying when I say fate, not faith, right? So we are spinning this wheel, and it's like, where will you land in the wheel? Underneath everything, you are responsible. And as you see, I'm responsible for spinning this wheel and where it lands. It's on me. It's not a game. It is me. I am changing my reality through my intention, through my effort, through what was given to me, right? We all have like this predestined kind of fated experience, right? And that is given to us based on like how we were raised and things like that, right? And our upbringing. And a lot of us feel like we must stay in that. And this is saying, no, I challenge you to imagine and manifest and create the life that you really do dream of. And in order to do so, you need to change and spin that wheel. You need to spin it where you're not living in the predestined experience, but you're living in a new reality. And that's why we have these cards as well. The Queen of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles in reverse. I would like the Six of Pentacles to be in the upright, but it's telling us a story here. Okay? Here is, you see this queen? This queen is right under the other queen. So we have the Queen of Swords is right under it is the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is that energy that I know I'm focused on what I need, which I'm focused on this physical reality. And as you see and you look at this beautiful queen, her eyes are gazing onto the pentacle. She's not looking anywhere else. She's like taking responsibility for herself. She's taking responsibility for her kingdom, right? Queendom. She is taking responsibility for her role in her life, and she's placed herself on a throne. Here we go. We got three thrones here, right? The Queen of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Hierophant all are sitting on a throne. There is this magical experience that is awaiting you by you taking responsibility, releasing the guilt, releasing the shame, releasing victimhood, releasing blame. We got to look at all of those situations. We need to look at them and say, how can I take responsibility here? Because as I do so, I know that once I take on the responsibility here, I can shift this experience, right? This Queen of Pentacles is very much a knowing. She's a knowing queen. She is knowing of her physicality. She is the queen that will be out and about with her people, right? The Queen of Swords, not necessarily. The people come to her and she comes up and she says the real truth and she cuts through things. The Queen of Pentacles energy is more like, I am with the people. I will go to the people. I walk the streets. I talk to the people, right? It's like this physicality that then brings us to the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is one of the slowest moving knights of all the knights, yet the most reliable one. Okay? Just because you're moving slowly does not mean you ain't getting where you need to get. Usually is the slowest one who finishes last, and whoever does that is the one who sees everything, who's been through all the experiences. And also, as you see, look here, that pentacle, very focused on the pentacle, very focused on the physical, focused on the body. There's some, I feel like there's entrapped energy in the body that needs to get out. And I feel that a lot here in the upper chest, right? As I look at these cards, there's like shoulders. I almost was gonna shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. We have to have fun, right? Even though it's serious. I feel here like the chest cavity. I could feel it in the shoulders, in whatever part this is up here, right? Like that chest area. There's some trapped deep sorrow in there. And the pentacles right now is saying work on your physical body as you release through movement, as you release through massage, right? Stretch your arms, stretch, try to go a little bit further without hurting yourself, right? It's not, oh, I have to be all gym, like this gymnast. No, that's not what we're saying here. Is push it a little bit more. Take a little bit more time with taking care of your physical body. You are responsible for it. Eating better, drinking more water, right? Having your herbal teas and your, natural juices and things like that. Don't underestimate the power of some really good fruits, right? Don't, if you can have it, try it, do it. Don't give yourself this excuse, oh, I'm not really into fruits. That's a mindset, and I challenge you to break through that. You could eat sweets all day and candy and all that. Where do you think the sweetness first originated? From fruits. And then the industry decided to capitalize on that and make these horrible candies that are horrible for us, that we can't even fully digest. They never leave us, and they introduce microplastics and all this other stuff into our body that is not natural to us. It's time for us to break through, and it might take a little while. Like when I first, many years ago, became vegan, it took me a while. I'm not vegan anymore, but I do eat clean. Um, it took me a while to get used to the taste because I was eating all of this junk. And I switched from that to eating fresh foods, better grains and things like that. And it took a while, and now I love the healthy food. Right? It's like you take control over it. You release those parasites that are saying to you, "No, you need sweets. No, kill them off. These leeches, you need to unalive them in your system, and it's going to require you being strong," right? Like there's a need to realize that yes, there's been things you've been lied to about, and you're also letting yourself be lied to now, because there's no excuses now. The information is out. What you going to do with it? You want miracles in your life? You want miracles in your life? Take responsibility for your life. Pray more. Do your spiritual cleansings. Speak to nature. Talk it out. Get yourself through the motions of things. If you need more help, ask for help. The help is out there, and do not give excuses. Oh, I don't have the money. I don't have this. There's always something out there you can figure out. Right? Like one of the things like a friend would tell me is like, I'm gonna call you Melissa, resourceful Melissa, because it didn't matter what situation I was in, right? Had no money, didn't know how I was gonna get gas, but it will figure itself out somehow. Like resourcefulness is such a beautiful thing, right? And so this is where I'm bringing to you, be resourceful with what you have, your knowledge. There's information about everything right now. There's so much stuff, and yes, it could be overwhelming, but start with one thing. If you know that, okay, I have tummy issues, let me do, excuse me, let me do some research around gut health and really dive in, not just from the medical perspective, but from all perspectives. Let me see what's out there. Let me see what people are actually saying about their personal experiences with certain things, when they detox, when they take this food, when they do this. Let me figure out my blood type, right? Let me figure out how my blood type affects all of my systems, right? Like, these are things that if you see yourself and you take responsibility for, you will see it's a lot easier than you ever thought. But if you keep blaming and pointing outward, you won't receive your solution. And the solutions are here. This new moon in Cancer is setting the tone for the next 6 months. And the next 6 months is till the end of the year, until the beginning of next year. What is it that you want by next year? Think about that. Don't just go day by day like there's no purpose. There is purpose here. You have a purpose. Okay? Let's see what we have here. Any supporting messages for today's message? Anything that needs to be said that was not said? Fourth chakra, Archangel Gabriel, number 38. I mean, Raphael. I said Gabriel. So I'm gonna say that Gabriel's energy is here as well. And Archangel Gabriel is about divine messages. It's about um, sharing truths, right? Gabriel delivers divine messages that are carried from the heavens, from the ethereal, from the universe, down, down, down into us so we can really receive it and feel it. Okay? What we have here is the fourth chakra, which is the heart chakra, with Archangel Raphael. And Archangel Raphael is the angel of divine healing. He is the miracle healer. And I remember when I first started really opening up to my angelic realm and opening up to the angels and the archangels, I had a very profound experience with Archangel Raphael. I was practicing with a friend and newly practicing with angels and with Reiki. And all of a sudden, we both felt it. As soon as I called in Archangel Raphael, there was this wave, like a circling wave that came, and like it felt like it surrounded us, and like we both felt a little bit better, right? And we looked at each other and we're like, did you feel what I just feel? And we're like, did you feel what I feel? Did you feel? Did you feel? And it was cool, right? And so for me, I had a lot of different experiences like that with the archangels. Like I had a deep one with Archangel Uriel in my beginning of my journey, because that is what I needed to feel the truth around this. I just couldn't be in like, oh, this is that and that's it. Like, a part of me needs to feel the experience. I'm a feeler, right? I need to feel things out. I sense things before I could understand how to compute it into words, right? Like, and so that is a part of my gift, but it also is a part of my confusion, right? Like for a long time, I used to be like, I don't know how to put this into things. I don't know how to say this. And I would just be in this feeling. So, with today's energy, the supporting message that we have here with Archangel Raphael, and what I love is that I was talking about here that I was feeling like this need to open up the chest and the heart and the shoulders, and that's where the fourth chakra is. It's our heart center, right? And I love the color green. It's one of my favorite colors. As you can see, he's in invoked in all of this beautiful greenery. And so I would connect with the color green, connect with green things, green plants, green, right? Like, as you do so, maybe bring that close to you. You know, if you have a plant that you love really nice and, whatever, go close to it and bring your heart center close to the plant and just allow yourself to feel each other's vibration, right? Like, let yourself receive what is coming. And if you don't feel anything, doesn't mean nothing's not happening. It just means that you might have a different way of sensing and feeling. Maybe you just get a thought, right? Right? Maybe you get an emotional response. It's not like a feeling, but then you feel like your heart explode. You feel emotions come out. You feel things, right? Like, or you start smelling things, right? So pay attention, hearing, sensing, feeling, right? Feels like a divine download. There's so many different ways of our intuitive gifts, and based on our own personal experiences and the way we have enhanced ourselves are the ways that are the strongest senses, right? Like, for instance, um a lot of people like to consider themselves empaths, and for a long time I did too. And then I recognized empath is not the energy I want to be in. I don't want to just be empathetic all the time. I want to feel real, because if I'm always empathetic all the time, I'm always feeling someone else's stuff. That's what the empath is no personal identity. I'm feeling other people's stuff all the time. And what I found is that in that you're more susceptible to relationships where you are being manipulated, being used, and you don't even know it because you think you're being good, right? So if you are defining yourself as an empath, I want you to redirect that and say, I want to call back my energy. Yes, I have this empathic kind of experience because maybe when I was growing up, that is the only way I really knew which environment was safe for me, right? Who was safe at what time, right? Because there's certain moments the person is great, and then another moment they're like, I'm walking on eggshells. And the way that I learned how to keep myself safe was removing my own feelings and constantly feeling into the other. But now, as an adult, that is detrimental, right? That was a survival technique, and I'm glad you learned it. But if you're continuing that same thing, it's detrimental to who you are, and people smell it from a mile away. And the thing is, the wrong people love that energy because they know that they can get you to break your own boundaries. They can get you to override your own feelings and emotions because you're overly empathetic on their side. Don't let yourself be used this way, please. Know that you can use your form of empathy, your empathetic connection, to know what's actually happening for the other, but not to take it on, right? Be like, I feel that this person is going through something, but that is not my responsibility, right? And I hand it back, but using your knowing to keep you good, right? But not to do the work for others. Like, and I feel like Archangel Raphael is giving us that message. I feel that that was a message from the heart, because I'm feeling that Archangel Raphael is acknowledging the beauty of who you are, but it's being taken advantage of. And today is the day to recognize and see things more clearly, right? It's the day to see and put to rest you taking on the burdens of others, right? Last week, a lot of the messages we had, like 10 of swords and 10 of wands come up a few times, which is taking on the responsibility. And then the 10 of swords is like getting stabbed in the back because you did so, and then people are unappreciative of it. You know, the people who are looking to see how much they can get from you will never appreciate you. Okay, you heard what I said. The people who are always looking to get something from you will never be able to appreciate that from you. And here you are trying to get their appreciation. They don't care for it. They're never going to give it to you. And I'm sorry to be the one who says it, but I'm going to be the one who says it because I don't want you hurt anymore. I've been there and I don't want you there. And if you are there, know your way out. Know your way out. You can do it. Take full responsibility for you. Do not take on the responsibility for others. And yes, that could seem a little bit blurry, but as you get more centered and you slow down, because this, like we had that Knight of Pentacles, that's slow down. Slow down. It's the slowest night, but it's the one that will always deliver. Right? Like the king of the Knight of Wands comes in fast and leaves fast. Right? There's no substance. The Knight of Pentacle is very loyal, and it's loyal through their actions, through their way of being. They may not say I'm loyal, but all of their way of being, you are like, this person is so loyal. They show up when I need them. They show up to make me smile. They show up, they show up, they show up, and I see them showing up for themselves. And I love that because it gives me permission to do so as well. Right? Then with the Six of Pentacles in reverse, right? This is, and it came up under the sun. The sun is in reverse and the Six of Pentacles is in reverse. So it's like the giving. Again, that's the thing. I feel like that's what I was just talking about, the empathy part, right? It's like if I define myself as an empath, I am putting myself in a place to be used and manipulated, and it's time to put that to rest. Yes, I have empathic skills. I know how to read other people's energies, but I will not define myself as an empath. That clarity is what's needed here, because when you do so, you take on the energy that all I am is that, and which means I don't have my own identity. And with this Queen of Swords, we're cutting that, we're putting that to rest, completely putting it to rest. All right, my beautiful souls, I really, really am digging today. The wisdom that has birthed through today's message, I am very, very, very appreciative. Things I even need to look at. That's what I love about this. It's for all of us. I would love to speak to you. So you can book your 30-minute complimentary session at my site, solamedicina.com. I would like to see what's going on in your world. What are the parts that is happening for you at this time that is a little bit hard for you to let it go, or to say it correctly, to find your identity? Let's talk. We'll pull a few cards. We'll talk and see what's going on for you. Let's do this. I'm excited. All right, my loves. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow. De mi corazón hasta la tuya. From my heart to yours. Ciao.